Hello everyone, RFG here with a review for SymbioPhobia, a top-down survival horror game available on PC, developed and published by Radikal Theory Games. Set in a dystopian future where colonies are created from underground bunkers due to nuclear catastrophes, recent scientific advances in Colony 7 leads the chances for humanity to return to the surface, but losses in communication starts its modern survival horror experience. SymbioPhobia begins with Selena, who belongs to Colony 9, infiltrating Colony 7 through a recently discovered underground river and its water treatment plant. As you make your way through this introductory area, brief tutorials for basic controls will come in steadily, along with others like movable objects and climbable surfaces. You'll also come across notes and messages that both serve as plot exposition and occasionally hints for puzzles, items, or progression. You might have also noticed that Selena is constantly aiming while moving. This will come into play later. Just to be fully transparent here, I originally began with the full intention of playing with mouse and keyboard since the game doesn't have native controller support, but since I am primarily a controller player, after a few attempts I eventually did use Steam's input translation option to switch to a controller. I put my final controller conversion configuration and a controller with mouse configuration in the description below. The first area mostly focuses on introducing the controls, but after that there is more of a focus on level layouts. Entering new areas or to certain parts of an area will usually have the camera pan from Selena's location to the objective, which also might show obstacles in your way. Exploration is important in SymbioPhobia, as some puzzles can be time-based or hindered by enemies and/or obstacles, or as the norm with most survival horror games, some areas will need keys. Depending on the direction you choose to go in the second area, you'll either meet your first enemy or receive a tutorial on precision aiming. Selena's aim can regularly be controlled in a general direction, but precision aiming allows her to kind of auto-target in specific heights depending on the object or enemy. Precision aiming was used occasionally for making my way through the game, but I didn't see much use of it for enemies. What was useful was aiming while moving. Enemies are pretty nimble in SymbioPhobia. They will do their best to chase you down, and getting in a shot while they're trying to can give them a quick pause. They're also able to dodge bullets, and ammo conservation can be important, especially if enemies get too dodge happy. Selena does have a kick attack, and you can lightly shove enemies away to allow space, but those still leave you in close proximity to attackers. There might not be a lot of variety in the enemy selection, but they are still a threat, and the combination of Selena's movement and the enemy's nimbleness work well together. Puzzles kind of left the same impression on me. They're mostly dependent on moving objects to the correct spot and then navigating from where you are to the objective location. Some puzzle ideas are a bit more elaborate than others, but they do what they're intended and are designed well enough, which works with the total map overall. Something that did leave a different impression on me were the graphics. The game looks really good. There's clearly a large effort to give detail on the environments, and there's a large emphasis on how lighting works for its presentation. The lighting shows through on the well-made models too, even with the top-down camera angle. And though that angle doesn't allow the models to be seen in great detail, the rare cutscenes that appear tend to show the care put into how SymbioPhobia looks. There is a lack of variety in terms of environment, along with sound design, although it does fit with the overall concept for this chapter. The story that's been introduced here is interesting. It is mostly told in the introduction, documents, and messages, but there's enough going on to make me want to see more of how it plays out. I think what's here is a good start to a larger idea. It has its rough edges for sure, but there's solid gameplay mechanics, a good grasp of puzzle and map design, great atmosphere and graphics, and there's clearly a lot of thought and effort that went into it. Keep in mind that while I'd like to see more of what this developer can do, this first chapter is pretty short, and there's no real reason to replay this at this point. If you're interested or were looking into SymbioPhobia, visit the store pages. It was worth the investment for me. That's about it for me for now. Feel free to comment below. Thanks. Bye.